everyone. Welcome back to Ashen Trials Week 1. This is going to be group stage and a matchup between Praxis and Arcadia. We see Bolitar and Killer first. This is Oni CT1, a pretty classic map for Oni. And we'll see how we want to play this out. My name is Jack. I'm joined once again by my co-caster, Jazzie. Jazzie, Ward has been around the comp scene for a while and is known for some pretty strong killer play. How do you think he's going to perform today?
I mean, Bolter's usually pretty strong. I've seen them play quite often, and I'm looking forward to seeing some strong Bolter killer play, but I'm also looking forward to the strong serve gameplay as well. We see a pretty standard Oni build coming in and pretty standard add-ons as well. The survivors are trying to deny first hit for as long as possible in order to get as much gen progress. As you see, we're taking chase into the corrupted gens so the survivors can work on the bottom side of the map where the gens are not corrupted.
Yeah, and we see you talk about the standard Oni build. The one thing that is like the only difference you ever see in Oni sets. Oh my goodness, as Karma gets grabbed off the dumb tech hit main. Okay, I was just gonna talk about how annoying this main building can be with no chase perk, no BAM or brutal to deal with the windows and doors here, but Carmen gave Boltar pretty quick down. I wonder if after that first hit they wanted to just try to end chase. You think that was a strategic move?
I mean, I don't know if it was a strategic move or if they were trying to be funny.
I mean, but Boltar doesn't have power now. He has no blood on the map.
This is true. This is true. He does have no blood on the map, which means he doesn't have power, which means snowball can't happen. So, but at the same time, why would you want such an early hit, like an early hook, not down hit?
Yeah, I don't know. If he's able to get power, he can pressure the map a lot more, but as it is, he's only got about 80% of it. He's gonna need to get another M1 here. As we find Ace working on this gen at 4, he has a Godrock filler though. And I think, yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna commit to this. You would love to defend this hook a bit since it was such an early, quick down. He can kind of afford to spend some time camping here, force the survivors to come to him as they get the pull just in time. There's a little bit of blood here. It's just barely not enough. And he's going to have to collect one more blood orb. And actually, Renato with his base kit endurance not dropping any orbs off of that vault. Now he's going to drop some orbs. We're going to get power here. Do you think we commit to this chase? I think he would love to get a tunnel out here as fast as that early down was.
I think we commit to this chase.
We can try, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we commit to this chase. We get the second hook. We see the first gen pop, and then once we get the second hook, then we kind of wait to pop power to be able to get all the people who are healthy. We see the second gen pop. Oh boy, but I don't know. Now I feel like we should almost leave it. We have enough blood around the map for power. But, I mean, they have no resources here. They're just going to go down. We're going to get the second hook, and I mean, this is where the snowball can start happening. We have power once we collect another blood orb or two. And then we could see the possibility of getting all 3 survivors with this power. It all depends on what Bolitar wants to do.
I think I see the vision with trying to play topside here, as this was the corrupted area. This is where first chase was, and Renato didn't really make it down the map. So we're just going to be playing the topside 3 gen, and maybe even this gen at 9 is defendable. And we're just going to try to force the survivors. Yeah, they popped the bottom gen, so now they really just have this top gen spread to deal with, but he still has power. He can, and quite a bit of blood as well on the map.
Yeah, there's a lot of blood around. We could just get endless power here. We are going to see the ace with the chem trap, but a beautiful flick by Bolitar. Getting the ace down, we now have the eruption proc on the gen. We can see one of the healthy survivors is trying to go down the map. We can see they're trying to play the tile of the Orman. They get the stun, and Hendrix should be able to just make it down the map unless we're going to try and continue playing the Orman tile, which we are. But Bolitar is going to follow the health. I think this is the healthy survivor.
Yeah, this is Nancy. Yeah, the injured survivor nowhere to be found, which is good. If you can deny the tunnel out, you can make this this gen spread much more manageable in 4v1.
Yeah, only getting the one down with the power is quite unfortunate for Bolitar. However, there is still so much blood around the map, but we have seemed to lost our slugged ace somewhere. So hopefully we can find him pretty quick and get a pain res, as we still have not had any pain res hooks come into play. They might all be at the bottom side or mid side of the map. But we saw our tunnel out survivor was trying to get reset by water tower here. I mean, they're just gonna go shack. I think you just chase it, you force a 3v1, you get them out of the game, and then you kind of go from there. You someone's not gonna be trying to hit through the window, and it doesn't connect.
I think it's a bit unfortunate that our tunnel out got spotted here trying to get reset. If they would have been in a bit of a different position, possibly he could have gotten reset for free, and then Oni wouldn't have power down here. But as it is, I mean, Karma going to be fighting for their team right now, trying to buy enough time to break that 3-gen. And I wouldn't even be surprised if they're double or tripling one of those topside gens to get out of this kind of predicament that they're in. But that's going to be down on our Deathhook Survivor. We're not even quite under the pallet. And we have pain res to go if we can make it before the gen pops.
Yeah, we have pain res incoming our first stack on the death hook, which is very surprising. We are going to get a pain res in before a gen pops. We also didn't see any eruption value there on that down, so we haven't seen any auras. We don't exactly know what gens are working, although we can pretty much assume that was a great find. I didn't even know the Kate was there. That was a great find. We know that they're going to be working the top side gens, obviously, because it's a 4-gen top. It's it's a pretty rough split. Main building can be safe, but can be not safe all at the same time. We're going to apply our pop and eruption on main building and hopefully find our Nancy, which was our healthy survivor.
Yeah, there is balance landing in the set, which I would hope that the survivor with balance landing is still in the match to kind of attack that as Kate pulls Renato and vaults back into Bolitar once again. Wait! You got the save! Okay!
Beam. Okay!
Ace was there, the injured survivor, while the Oni's in power, just playing for beam saves out here. Okay. You know what? That's gonna delay another pain res.
It's gonna delay another pain res, it's gonna delay another down. Fortunately, we get a swing through the pallet, and I mean, that's eruption on main gen. And we know we don't have a beam save coming in on the Ace, because, well, Ace is the beam. So we see the Kate is trying to work that 9 generator again, and we're gonna get our second pain res, probably interrupting the main gen once again, as that was the most progress we saw last time. We have a lot of blood around the map now, especially with the 2 constantly injured survivors, so we could have infinite power for the rest of the match, Jack.
Yeah, funny enough as well, we see Bolitar, he knows that there's an Ace nearby for the pull, but just can't afford to really commit to that because he wants to defend the gen spread, get his pop down, eruption down, and then maybe play for even a 4K2 if he can snowball and keep having these quick chases. Corner tech from Nancy, but she is spotted. Oh my goodness, what a flick. Okay.
What a wonderful flick. And we did get a little bit of a sound notification because of the unhook coming in. We do know where our gamers are. We did find Ace out here. We're gonna go for the Ace, for the tunnel. We're gonna get the down. Now we just need the Kate on the ground. That is all, but we run out of power. However, Kate is still injured, so they're dropping a lot of blood around the map, which creates a better scenario for the killer to find them because you follow the blood orders. And we get the pick up onto the Nancy. However, they're not in a great spot. They do have the pallet down on this jungle gym. However, I mean, after you break it, they try to swing. They don't get the swing over the pallet. Nancy's going to try and take it to the top of the map, which is exactly where the gens are right now. Just trying to get away from the Ace that is slugged.
Yeah, there's not a huge reason to hook Ace since you have lost your PR, besides maybe progressing the game, but I think Bolitar is going to go ahead and take the hook, so he has the option to kill another survivor soon. He's going to also kind of force the survivors to rotate out of the gens. It's not really a hook that you can camp, because all the gens are topside. You just end up giving away generators if you stay down here, so I would expect this unhook to be relatively free, but with blood all over the map as well, like Oni can be such a menace, and it's like, it's not even worth resetting at this point. You kind of just have to pray you can get another gen or 2 done.
Yeah, we're hoping we can maybe possibly push this into a 4K1. But again, with all the gen around the map, it's a lot of movement around. With all the gen around the map, with all the blood around the map, that's a lot of movement around the map for the Oni, which can create a lot of pressure. I mean, Boltar knows there's someone around this main somewhere trying to get back up to that main gen. It's just we do find the Nancy. I believe that might be Iron Will on the Nancy, because we don't really hear her cries or anything. It's very quiet. So I do believe Nancy has a moment. They go around the rock versus trying to play the pallet. But I think we're going to see a hit through the window. We definitely do. That eruption going off on the main generator. Continuing to regress that gen. I mean, it's got to have at least... Ooh. What a beautiful flick.
Okay, Boltar, I see you. That is going to drain the power fully, as every time you get it down, I think it drains about 16% of the rest of your power meter. But we've spotted the last standing survivor, and this could just turn into 4K2 now.
We're trying to play a little fun mind game on the top of main. However, Ryobi does not fall for it. I mean, this has got to be a 4K2. There's no way that it's not. There's only one survivor standing, unless they can miraculously somehow jiggy to get the survivors up. This is looking like a pretty strong 4K2. However, Bolitar is deciding to collect all the blood versus continuing the chase onto Ace, which is giving Ace the opportunity to maybe be able to pick somebody up.
I think we know where the survivors are slugged. He's confident that Ace can't really get any distance away from main building, or he just goes down as well. No, he actually does. Kate crawled up the map and is able to get picked up. Now we have two survivors standing. Kate can force Locker here and force Bolitar out of their Demon Dash.
It doesn't look like Bolitar's gonna fall for it. Instead, it's gonna find the Ace and get the Ace. We know, but we're still, the survivors aren't done yet. They're good. Both of them are gonna try and force Locker here. Does one of them head on, be able to stun the killer out of their power? Bolitar's trying to bait them to come out, but they waited until they
He just takes the Ace. You know what? Sure. He says, you're both in Locker. I'm not picking nobody. I'll take my kill. All right, now you're in 2v1, and due to all the kind of shenanigans, they haven't really had any time to work on these gens, so nothing has high progress. I think we're still in a pretty comfortable position for Praxis Killer.
Yeah, we're definitely in a comfortable position. There's no point even resetting now. Oni's just gonna get power. You're one shot down. We see the Nancy kind of crouching up here at main. They can't even really afford to reset because they don't have enough gen pressure. And also, I mean, the Bolitar's is doing a really good job at forcing pressure on all of these gens, and I don't think we're gonna be able to see a gen pop unless there's a chase that lasts forever. But we do catch out our Kate. We get her Kate onto the ground. We're gonna pick up and we're gonna take the hook, as we know there's a pain res right here. Now all we have to do is find our Nancy gamer, which, I mean, you can't really tell by the blood orbs where she is because there's blood orbs all over the map. But the Kate is hooked in a nice spot where the Oni can just stand on this hill, can kind of see the progress for all the generators, kind of hear it, be able to find the Nancy right on top of main. We're going to pop power. We can see the slow walk coming in from Nancy on the roller. But an amazing down from the top of main. Oh my goodness.
Top rope, the 180 down from Oni. Okay. Nancy showing off the slowest roller walks of all time, but it unfortunately isn't going to extend your chase here, as we see 4K2. I mean, Oni's certainly a killer that's capable of snowball, but that is an impressive result here, and it's going to be tough to tie, let alone beat, for Arcadia's killer. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. It's, you know, Oni's a killer that can do it, but I mean, it's going to be up to, I think, Praxis survivors mostly to make mistakes.
Absolutely, and I'm curious to see how they're going to do, but we will be right back with Praxis on Survivor just after a quick break. Group stage week 1. We're on the second set of Oni of Arcadia versus Praxis. We have Arcadia on the killer and Praxis on the survivor. We have a 4K3 win con for our killer. It's a tough win con, Jack.
4K3 is tough. We'll see how Praxis serves want to take this. I think as long as they have a decent first chase, they should be pretty comfortable here. Just popping 4 gens and taking the win in Oni set. Bolitar put up a really nice result. We do see a chase perk coming out in this build this time. It is Bamboozle, so maybe we can get off to a quick start here, hopefully for Karma's sake. And it looks like we're taking first chase down the map unconventionally away from the corrupted gens, or maybe just getting caught out of position here. We'll see. We're all the way down at Shack right now.
We are down at Shack, although maybe could be where the survivor feels more comfortable in chase to deny first hit. We're gonna see Marco in chase. We're gonna have a very pre-drop pallet, and Karma's just gonna zone them away from Shack, as Shack is the hardest area to chase, especially against survivors like the survivors on Praxis, who are very good with their check spots, very good with their chase. We're gonna keep denying first down as long as possible. We are finding V1 working on a gen right here at 4, and V1 carefully vaulting the pallet, denying hit, and we're gonna see the first gen pop. And that was mid-gen too.
Yeah, I think possibly the plan being for Marco to take the killer down the map and go, toss Shack Pellet so they can break the top side 4 gen. Also, I just want to give props to V1 breaking the transferred bloodlust by not running to that pallet, walking, and was able to deny hit by doing that and force him to break the filler pallet at 4. That was really nice. And we have a lot of gen prog, Jazzy. I think these survivors are feeling good about their situation here. We actually still have Shack Pallet in play. I forgot we only threw the filler next to Shack, and there's another filler over here. Okay, these guys got pretty decent RNG for Cold Tower.
Absolutely, the RNG is absolutely amazing. Usually we only have one pallet near Shack to kind of make our filler time without dropping Shack. We try to swing, but we don't get the swing through the pallet, and we're already at the gen win con for this killer, and I mean, there is still not a single hit on the board. Marco doing an amazing job right now at avoiding being hit by Karma, just playing the tiles as much as possible. We're gonna bam Shack window, but Marco's deciding, okay, you can bam Shack window, but I don't want to use Shack pallet just yet, so I'm gonna continue with the map. And yeah, Karma definitely needs to leave this chase and try and pressure their gens right now.
Yeah, they really need a hit somewhere. This is the painful part about playing Oni, is when you have 0 blood orbs and no way to get them. When the survivors have good comms and good, teamwork, they're pre-leaving and taking distance to the safe tiles. As we see it, Ward wrapping all the way around Water Tower, you know what I mean. The Water Tower on Cold Tower, buying a lot of time and then dropping the safe pallet top mid as well. So we're trying to bloodlust this, but I think this loop is just a little bit too big here. Yeah, Ward's actually able to break chase and drop the bloodlust once again. So trying to get a cheeky mind game in. I don't know if this is doable.
No, that tile is pretty safe as long as you know the proper check spots. It's really hard to get a hit as an M1. I mean, as of right now, Oni is an M1 killer. We don't have our power, so as an M1 killer, it is really tough to be able to get the hit over this. I mean, we're just trying to bloodlust this. Boltar's doing a really good job at just being able to break chase, but unfortunately, we do lose the 50 eventually and get the take. But however, Jack, the last gen's about to pop.
Oh my goodness, what crazy efficiency as Karma is finally able to get power and met with a head-on here. So we're gonna try to, I don't know, get a slug going or something. We're chasing Marco though, and he still has a couple pallets around this mid-map that were never broken, and pallet gym, or jungle gym here as well.
We do
Chem trap.
the chem trap, but we do see the first down of the game onto Zynox. I mean, you just gotta hook this as far away from the gates as possible. The win con has already been met, but you still want to try and get the best result possible. So I'm really surprised they didn't try and take Jake to the hill hook at a 1, but I mean, at this rate, you just want to get them on hook. Karma knows, well, maybe this wasn't my best game, but we're gonna pop her power, try and get another fresh hook stage onto Marco. However, Marco's did a really good job at taking chase this whole time and not giving a hit, not giving it down, being able to play the 50s I,
That is that self-preservation as well. Marco had no scratch marks, and he kind of just threw a firecracker and disappeared in a puff of smoke. And another puff of smoke as the chem trap gets broken. But this is gonna be V1, the injured Renato going down here, and yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see the 4-out against the Oni killer. We'll see if Praxis wants to play for it.
I mean, knowing Praxis, they usually like to play for it. They got the win con, so I think they're gonna have a little bit of fun over here, and I don't blame them. See what they can come up with, see what they can do. It's a great opportunity to really work on their team chem right now of knowing when to go. But it looks like we're gonna see the rest of the team slowly leaving after all the nodders and giving Oni the spotlight. It looks like the team is taking their leave, and V1 is going to die on that hill.
Yeah, the hill hook is really tough to save against. I mean, ultimately the result will be the same. It's going to be Praxis taking the 1-0 lead here, this best of 3, and our second set, I believe, is going to be Dracula. So more fast-paced gameplay coming right after a short break. This is going to be set number 2 between Arcadia and Praxis, week 1 of Ashen Trials tournament. My name is Jack. I'm joined by my co-caster Jazz. We just saw a very, very strong performance in the first set from Praxis, Jazz. It was 4K to low stages on the Oni, but that was Praxis's pick, and I'm sure they were very confident. And now we're moving on to Arcadia's pick, so maybe they'll be able to turn things around. This is Dracula, which has been, I think, a very popular killer in the comp scene since his release. So what are you expecting on Wretched Shop, Drac?
I'm expecting a lot of good woo mode hits. And I mean, we can see we're already finding our first survivor, and this is a P100 Drac, so it definitely looks like they're more confident on Dracula for sure. We're gonna get a very early hit, V1 giving a very quick tag. Let's see if we can be able to follow this up with a gnarly Hellfire, which is possible, but looks like we're going to try and go Wolf mode instead. They don't have a lot of gen pressure right now, so I mean, this could go one of two ways. We are going to see the first down, V1 going down right by a pain res hook, so we're going to see the first pain res of the game.
Yeah, we're going to be taking V1 over here to the right side as we have a pain res right here, and it's a little bit closer to our gens. I think he was planning on dying topside far away from the gen prog, and we see a fun little perk. This perk is like maybe not like full meta, but it's so fun to use. You see turn back the clock as we're able to just kick that gen without even getting that close to it, staying in bat form and full mobility. And I think it really shines on a killer like Dracula, where you can, you know, fly across the map, kick gen, and do all that fun stuff. The one downside of it, right, is it doesn't apply Eruption. So we are running Eruption in this build, but we're gonna have to go manually kick those gens and get blast mined. Funny perk. And that's the perfect window for the unhook to come through and the FTP. You see, Karma didn't even take the time to put Eruption down when the unhook came through. He knew he needed to get immediately back and try to play for these survivors while they're out of position.
Absolutely. Marco is kind of in a dead zone here, so we're just going to go down. We're just going to get that second hook, that second pain res of the game. Possibly before even Bellatar pops the first gen. It's going to be pretty close. No, they're not going to be able to pop the gen in time. Yeah. But talking about turn back the clock, it has become a very, very, like, well-used perk in comp. I see it all the time now. It's nice because you don't need to go all the way to a gen to be able to kick it. Yeah, it doesn't apply Eruption. However, it's still pretty impressive. We're finding V1, but, I mean, we've got 2 gens popped. They've got the gen pressure right now, even for these 2 hooks. We might... I mean, Oh, what a Hellfire!
Okay, what a nice down, and how big is it too that we were able to find our survivor who was our first hook and put him now onto death hook and in basement as well. I don't know if we have gens to protect around the basement, so we're probably gonna have to venture out a bit as V1 chose his death spot opposite of where the first couple of chases were. But Dracula has bats, so I mean he can get back to the tunnel out relatively quickly. We do see Marco reset, I believe, from second wind, and then he's going to be able to potentially play for another FTP on the tunnel out.
Yeah, hopefully. I think that's gonna definitely be their plan there. However, then that would put 2 survivors onto Death Hook. It's very easy for Dracula to get a quick 2-tap out of basement if a survivor is going for it. And we do see scratch marks around. I think we're gonna possibly find Marco here, kind of sneaking around for the save. We're gonna apply Eruption on this gen. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go check our lovely V1 in the basement. It doesn't look like anyone snuck down there while they're kicking the gen in bat form. So it looks like they're just gonna be working out the gen. And yeah, Karma is gonna definitely secure the 1K here already. They've got the time. They're in basement. You don't normally see a 4K on with this high tier of comp players on Dracula's set, so I'm not surprised they're wanting to confirm the kill here.
Yeah, and Dracula is just one of the best campers in the game with their Hellfire ability, because you can immediately eat through someone's base kit, borrowed time, and injure the unhooker all in one. And yeah, it just turns into a really nasty trade. It looks like that's first death, but we are nearly down to 1 generator. These survivors have pretty good gen pressure, and I don't think there's a nasty 3 gen. Champion of Light coming out, actually going to be buying Zynox some extra distance to make it to this filler pellet. And you want to get Eruption down and protect your gens. You don't want to take chase for too long, but you do need to secure a down, and all 3 survivors being healthy right now is really kind of annoying for Karma.
Absolutely, deciding to not stop and kick that gen, rather wanting to get an injure out there. I mean, I think you probably could have taken the 2 seconds to kick the gen, but getting a nasty bite on a Nancy through the wolf form, and even though Nancy was trying to do their best to kind of crouch around, we do see that gen pop. That's what you get for not stopping and kicking, in my opinion. I definitely think Karma should have. However, I think we are gonna possibly, unless Balatar can keep playing these fillers like he is, we might see it down, and we're gonna miss the bite! Oh my god, a little bit of an FOV tech, but we're still getting the down onto Balatar, but away from, I think, yeah, away from 2 of our gens, just near the 1, so, I mean, that was a pretty good death spot coming in from Balatar.
Yeah, that will be another fresh hook and another pain res, another turn back the clock in his pocket, so we'll see where the generator progress is. The fun thing about turn back the clock, I think, also is you don't have to wait for your eruption to come off cooldown to use turn back the clock. You can just freely kind of drop it down wherever there's, you know, more than 10% progress, whatever gen you want to defend. We're going to be looking back towards the unhook now and not committing to chase with Zynox, which I think is interesting. He is the last fresh and the last pain res, but if you can find the injured Nancy, which we do, maybe this turns into a quick chase. It absolutely does. Great Hellfire and good patience from Karma. Doesn't get baited by the little micro movements. And yeah, we're going to be put right back up on a hook, and we're going to have a hook closer to main building this time.
And knowing the main building is the gen that's being worked on, you definitely want to try and get the hook closest to main generator so you can be able to defend it more. And I mean, this is a really good hook placement for Karma right now, because it's near to the top high progress gens. Look at that gen. It is well past 75%. We just need to find our stealthing survivor around the edge of the map, but they might have pre-left and already gone down to Shack.
Yeah, we're going to be looking for the survivor working on this gen all over the edge map, using the wolf form as well, trying to cause those scent orbs to spawn, but nobody getting revealed here, and trying to bait somebody with every second as Zynox, or sorry, Ward gets fully healed off of that hook, and we're going to have to abandon this area as they're now doubling the generator on main.
Yeah, they're doubling the generator, which is creating it to be pretty high progress, just like the one over that Karma is trying to defend at this moment, trying to find the stealthy survivor. But we are going to get a tag onto Ward, who is Death Hook, and I think we're going to commit this and try and force the 2v1. However, I think we might lose the last gen for it. We're going to miss the Hellfire.
It was so high, and we don't have Eruption on the bottom gen either. You have to go back if you want to try to 4K one this. You have to defend the gen and try to go for a quick chase, but it's just a few seconds too late. These survivors were immediately back on this gen, and now you'd love to find your fresh, right?
I mean, ideally you would want to find Zynox here, but I think Karma's at the point where we're just gonna take whatever we can find. We can see them putting their add-on into work by blocking the window with bat form, going through the window. I believe Lapis Lazuli, I think is what it's called, and I mean we see the gates already open unless we can get a really cool Hellfire, but we cannot switch to drag form in time to get the Hellfire off, and we're gonna see the 3 survivors out of the gate.
Yeah, very, very well played. A good performance. They're going to put their killer in a good position here. They're going to need to secure, I believe it's just 7 stages for the win for Praxis. So we'll be right back.
Back to set number 2, game 2 of the Dracula. We got Bolitar on Dracula for Team Praxis. We have a 7-stage win con, so these survivors definitely need to put on work if they want to tie the game and get to the tiebreaker set. I am joined here by my co-caster, Jack. Jack, what do you want to see from the survivors of this game?
The survivors, they're going to have to pull out a really strong result against Bolitar's Drac right now. They need basically a 6-stage 2 fresh game or better to win, and we're getting tagged right now onto Ryobi. We're making it to a safer area of the map though, as we have a full tile here, but a woo mind game with the wolf form is going to get the down on the pallet gem, and that's going to be a really nice first chase. We also see agitation coming into play, so I'm going to mitigate any areas of the map that might not have scourge hooks, and we get our first pain res very early in the game. So we'll see how aggressive we want to play. There's no turn back the clock or pop on this build. It's just going to be eruption, and we're gonna be putting it down, and you know, telling the survivors, hey, if you guys want a quick pull, that's fine. I'm gonna go back and get my tunnel out. But oh wait, that timing is so good for the survivors as they get a completely free for the people.
You know, we've seen a lot of really funny blast mines today, and a lot of really useful blast mines in order to get pulls off of hooks and be able to get FTPs off and resets off. And we had a very early hook stage within this game, but now that our tunnel out is fully healed, there is a possibility that Ryobi can make this tunnel last, although we're gonna do some more woo mind games, which we love to see, and we're gonna get hit winning the 50-50 of the pallet here. Where is Ryobi gonna go? It looks like we're gonna try and take it to Crane. We do have this filler in order to play to maybe make it to Crane, unless Bolitar zones them to the edge of the map, which it would be what you need to do. But no, Bolitar's gonna get the down, get the eruption proc on those 2 gens, and I mean, Ryobi's going on to his second hook here.
Yeah, I mean, really fortunate for Bolitar. He was able to find for the people, the healthy survivor that has already been plucked, and continue this tunnel out, as you know, the unhook came when he was all the way across the map kicking the blast mine generator over here. So getting that on second hook before any of these gen pops puts him in a really nice spot. Our For the People survivor did get healed up, so Karma could go for that play once again if we get an opportunity to do so. But there's, I mean, I'm having deja vu. We have a blast mine on the same exact generator here, but Bolitar is going to eat that for breakfast and go ahead and put eruption down anyway. We're deciding to not quick pull this time. Well, we do pull maybe a little bit earlier than we had to, but you kind of have to take your pulls against Dracula when you can, just because of the ability for him to camp. If you wait too long, his Hellfire is too dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely. You can easily hit 2 people with the Hellfire when a hook is coming. And unfortunately, Ryobi just not being able to make it around the locker to the pallet, greeting the pallet. I mean, Ryobi's done for. Back to the campfire. Bolitar's in a really good position here. The survivors really need to put into some work, really need to get these gens popped, and have to deny hook stages from now. We do have a lot of gens with high progress. However, we do have the Jake is out there injured, so we need to keep them hidden so that we don't get eruption on these generators.
Yeah, gonna be putting Eruption down, and now in 3v1, every time we get a down, these gens are. Oh, I was gonna say not another Blast Mine, surely not, right? I
I
don't
mean,
think
I
we've
kind of was
quite had
hoping.
enough time. Blast Mine's one of those perks. Blast Mine and Head On are both perks that a lot of people see as such meme perks, but okay,
Oh,
okay.
all
So
right, we spoke too soon.
we do get another Blast Mine. It was just on a different gen this time. But those perks can be super useful, especially with a coordinated team to buy yourself just a few extra seconds on Survivor to make another loop, extend your chase, and what have you. So these generators are so high. I was going to say, if we don't see multiple generators popping, I would be surprised. But we do get a little bit of eruption value, and Jake is going to be going up on hook here.
I'm surprised we didn't go for a pain risk hook there with agitation. There was definitely one in the middle of the map, but I mean, they did just pop 2 generators, so they might not have a lot of progress on the rest of the generators around the map. I mean,
I was just looking around. We have some progress here in 12 and then over at 2 as well. These gens that are kind of closest to the hook and in a triangle with the main generator as well, in a bit of a rough spot to try to get gen progress on, while Bolitar can kind of afford to just hang out here and secure his hooks. He really only needs 7 stages to bring this home for Praxis.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, they are definitely hooked in a good position for Bolitar here, being able to defend the generators. It looks like Bolitar does want to defend that 3 gen that's right there, that main 12-2, or main 1-2 gen. I mean, they can't even go for the pull. They just really need to get gen pressure right now. We're at 4 stages. There's only 2 that they're able to give up after this. So realistically, if Hendrix dies on hook, I mean, that is the stages that they need. But I mean, then they pop all the gens. They gotta be coming in for the hook save soon.
Yeah, somebody's got to be playing for it, but they need gen pressure at the same time. So hopefully, at least one person, if not both, have been working the faraway gens, and now somebody needs to be rotating for the pull, as it was actually Claudette coming in for the unhook, but they unfortunately get found. They're going to be safe for now, but she's not been on a gen for the last little bit. And now, yeah, we're running away from the gen spread, which is really smart. But Ward is not going to be fooled. He's going to be going straight back and knowing that if he just secures hook stages and forces trades on hook, that he kind of just wins this match for Praxis. And yeah, just looking around, making sure nobody's getting this on hook for free is the smart, safe play here.
Yeah, Claudia's really lucky she didn't give a tag there, not having to take that time to go for a reset. But we are gonna see the unhook come in, and it is gonna be a trade as we got that Hellfire while the unhook was happening, and it's gonna be probably an instant hook. And we're probably just gonna go straight for a tunnel out, knowing that Claudette though is probably around working this generator here. It is up to 50%. We know we can't get a blast mine because I think our blast mine survivor was on the hook. So
I think you're right.
this matchup between these 2 teams is the most value out of blast mine I think I have ever seen in comp.
I would be really, really impressed if Jake was able to put Blast Mine on that gen while he was on the hook. That would have been something special. But unfortunately not. He is going to go down here. And we still have Pain Res on him. The Death Hook Pain Res coming through right here to protect the generators far away.
We do see the Death Hook Pain Res indeed. We love to see it. I mean, they gotta go reset Renato. Or Renato's gotta be a stealth god here and run away, but I think we're finding our oh no, it is the Renato that we're finding. I wasn't seeing any blood pools. But, I mean, we're finding our Renato. We're gonna be able to chase. That means Claudette's gotta be working a generator around. I mean, oh, good try on the Hellfire, but Renato made it up to the crane instead, and we're missing the bite. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna go back, even though we heard the pre-drop of the pallet. We're gonna go back. We're gonna get our gen regressing, knowing that Claudette's somewhere around here, right at the truck pallet here, playing the 50-50. We're not gonna get the bite. Amazing. I mean, that might have been a little bit of a finesse value, being able to, I think that was finesse, being able to vault quicker to get around the truck even faster, so not being able to take the tag.
Yeah, very well played. That is, I guess, if I'm doing my math right, we have secured 7 hooks now. So, um, Praxis does have the 2-0 win, but we'll play this out and see what result we can secure. We're taking a tag, and then we're really worried about this gen over here popping. It has really high progress, and we know Renato's been on this side of the map. So, is Karma going to be safe here? We still have this pallet to play, and we're in wolf form instead of Drak, so he can kind of afford to play the short tiles, and Claudette actually rotated over to try to pop this gen before Renato went down, but Eruption's going to prevent that pop. And yeah, I think we're going to take this all the way to a 4K2 with the Hellfire over the
what
truck.
What amazing last Hellfire.
Yeah, very, very well played from Bolitar, as well as the survivors here from Arcadia. Props to both teams, but it will be Praxis coming out on top today. And I think we have some more matches coming up, Jazz. I'm going to be departing. I'm not sure what your plans are for the rest of the day, but for our viewers, we have plenty more Comp DBD coming in store on the Ashen Trials channel.
Yeah, we do have Abyss versus Summer, which is unfortunately an offline game, and then we have Odyssey versus Paradox later today at 8 p.m. EST. I am also departing for the day. Jack, I had so much fun casting with you and being able to enjoy these wonderful games with you. Congratulations to Praxis taking the win 2-0, and good job to all teams playing this morning. And we will see you guys at 8 p.m. EST.